Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So I fear we may have something to talk about actually. 75 hard. I didn't post my video last week. We did complete week 3. Week 4, it was very difficult and I had to just sit with myself and ask myself if this is something I want to continue. Because there was a whole lot going on in my head, but I want to come here and talk to you about what was going on in my head, what I think of 75 hard, and just everything that happened last week. So last week was week 4. We made it to week 4, so we made it about a month in, and the first 3 weeks were fine, but week 4, I started noticing that my mental health surrounding a lot of the things to do with 75 hard was not super great. It was really not great. But that made me decide that maybe 75 hard just isn't for me. I'm not saying it's a horrible challenge. I do think that the challenge is beneficial in so many ways, and I didn't hate any aspect of it except for the way that I was feeling towards myself and towards certain things, especially since a lot of the things that you had to do within the challenge are things that I am personally trying to heal my relationship with, like food and exercise. And I noticed that throughout the challenge, exercising started to feel less fun and more like a chore. And I don't know if you've ever hated working out at any point or just kind of fallen off of it, but I used to love working out so long ago. I think it was maybe 4 years ago at this point. Working out was my life. I loved it so much. I loved it so much to the point where I wanted to go to school for it. I wanted to go to school for exercise and health sciences, and I did for 2 years. And then something flipped a switch in me and I completely just hated working out. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't want to hear or see anything about it. I unfollowed all of the pages that I normally would follow, or at least I stopped watching the videos that the fitness influencers that I followed were posting, because I did not have a good relationship with it at that point. And recently I have been rebuilding that relationship with working out and moving my body. And at first it was great and I felt great about it. And I was really happy to be working out again, and I'm not going to stop working out. I still enjoy working out, but when it came to 75 hard, it kind of just made working out, going to the gym or going outside, feel like a chore. And that is not at all what I want working out to feel like, especially when I'm in the process of healing my relationship with working out. As soon as it starts to feel like a chore, it mentally just affects me so negatively, because I don't want to be there doing that workout. And I know a lot of times people say that working out should be a chore. It should be like something you do daily, and I completely agree. It, like, moving your body in ways that you enjoy and working out should be something that you do consistently. But when it becomes a chore and I get the mentality of this is a chore that I just have to complete, that is when I have to draw the line, because I'm not going to be healing my relationship with working out if I continue to view it as a chore rather than something that is helping my body and making me feel good. And I just don't think it was beneficial for me mentally to continue doing 75 hard for that reason. The 45-minute limit really just was like, that kind of nailed it in my head as a chore, because I had to do 45 minutes. It was not something you could argue about. You had to work out for 45 minutes. And once I hit that 45-minute threshold, I was like, I want to be out. I don't care if I have any more exercises to do. I don't care what else I have to do within this workout. I just want to leave because my chore is done. My 45 minutes are up. And that is not at all what I want to be doing when it comes to working out. As for the food, I don't have an eating disorder. I don't want anyone to think I have an eating disorder. I've never been diagnosed with an eating disorder. I have just noticed that I personally don't have the best relationship when it comes to food and when it comes to eating. And that's something that I thought would help, would be helped with 75 Hard, but it wasn't actually, because meal planning and meal prepping and making sure I was getting enough calories and all of that was very stressful. It was so stressful. And if you've ever done that, and if you've ever tracked calories and macros and stuff like that, I think you'd understand. And I know I said I wasn't going to be tracking calories and macros, and I didn't, but it was more of like making sure that all of my meals were nutritious and all of that. And it's not that I eat out all the time and I eat unhealthy all the time. I definitely don't. It's more just that I like to eat what my body, what I feel like I enjoy. I don't know how to describe it. When it comes to dieting, and the 80-20 was the least restrictive diet that we could have picked, and I did enjoy it, but I feel like when it came to we were focusing more on the 80 part and making the 80 more 100 than actually allowing ourselves to enjoy food and all of that. And not that we didn't make great meals, because a lot of the meals we made during 75 Hard were delicious and I would definitely eat them again. It was more of just thinking negatively towards all foods that weren't within the certain category of healthy. And I personally, when it comes to healing my relationship with food, similar to healing my relationship with working out, I don't want to restrict myself in thinking I can't eat this because it's unhealthy, because that would just cause more of an issue with my relationship with food. So the dieting portion of it was not my favorite. I will say I'm going to continue eating healthy, but I think instead of doing 80-20, I'm just going to be more mindful. Like, does my body want to eat this? Does this normally make me feel good? Does it make me feel bad? How do I normally react to this food? Just being more mindful of that, and how I feel when it comes to eating it, and how it makes my body feel and my body's reaction. Like, if something normally makes me bloated, I probably want to stay away from it and not eat it as much. But there are days where I just want ice cream. I just want an ice cream sundae. And I think listening to my body on those days and having that ice cream sundae is okay. And I think 75 Hard made it so that when I wanted to enjoy something, I had to find a healthier alternative rather than just indulging in what I would like to eat or what my body would prefer. And I know that's a whole aspect of eating healthy, finding healthier alternatives, but sometimes you just want ice cream. Sometimes you just want a brownie. Sometimes you just want a cookie, and that is completely okay. But with the way 75 Hard was making me feel, it made me feel like nothing was okay unless it was super healthy, like a healthy, no sugar, no dairy, nothing alternative. And I know that some people can live like that, but I personally cannot, especially in this phase where I'm healing my relationship with a lot of these things. That being said, I don't want anyone to think that the 75 Hard challenge is horrible and bad and it will give you the worst mentality ever, because there are a lot of success stories and people have benefited a lot from it. People have found many benefits from 75 Hard. It has healed their relationship with working out. It's healed their mentality about themselves. And I think that that's also important to take in, is other people's success stories, not just seeing my video and seeing how it affected me negatively and thinking, oh my God, it's gonna affect everyone negatively. I should never try this. If you are interested in trying it and you don't think it will affect you negatively, then I believe you completely should. I think it's always worth trying something at least once, and unless you know that it's not going to help you at all. But I didn't know it wasn't going to help me. I just wanted to try it, and I think that it showed me a lot within the month that I was doing it. A lot of that month was rainy and gross and cold, and it was snowing some days, and I still managed to get out there and do that walk. And that kind of showed me how it is a mental toughness challenge, because on those days you don't want to go for a walk. But I got it, I did it, I went out there, I did that walk, I did that workout, and I think that that was very important for me to understand, and important for me to learn, and I'm very grateful that I did learn that from this challenge. And I'm really glad that I was able to get outside more and to begin working out more on a consistent basis and eating healthier, being more mindful with my food and drinking more water. I think all of the rules I enjoyed. I enjoyed walking. I enjoyed working out. I enjoyed drinking more water. I enjoyed eating healthier foods. I enjoyed reading the 10 pages. Like, I enjoyed those all individually, but as a challenge in itself, it was not effective for me, if that makes sense. But that being said, I don't want that to deter you towards not trying the challenge. I think that you should take a lot of different, I think you should, I don't know how to say this. I'm like trying to figure out how to say this. I think that you should take in mind how it affected me, but also take that with a grain of salt. If you think that you're not going to get the same reactions I did from this challenge, then I think you should look into the people who have had success, or just look into reviews overall, negative and positive, and just weigh out the reviews based on you and how you would approach it and how you think it would affect you. Because I honestly do think that this challenge is great. It's a great way to challenge yourself mentally. It is a mental toughness challenge, and I think that it is a great challenge overall. It just was not for me. But I do think that it is great for other people. It's just because it's not for me doesn't mean that other people won't enjoy it and other people won't succeed from it. It just was not for me. And I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys, in case you were following along that journey, I'm really sorry that you only got 2 weeks of it. I did film the entirety of week 3. And after week 3, as soon as week 4 started, I started having these realizations. And for me, my mental health is so important that as soon as I realize that something isn't making me feel right, like if I am feeling negative about something, or something is making me feel negatively about myself, or something that I want to enjoy, or something that I do normally enjoy, I immediately reassess the situation. So that's what happened on week 4, the beginning of week 4. And that's why you didn't get week 3. This is my update video. There is a week 3. We did complete it all the way, but I didn't continue it during week 4 because I didn't like how it was making me feel. I also felt like every day, if I didn't complete one of the rules, I wasn't projecting it outwards and thinking that anyone else would view me as a failure. It was more of, I began kind of negatively perceiving myself, if that makes sense. I don't want to say degrading myself, because I was not degrading myself, but I was kind of thinking negatively about myself when it came to not completing a day. And I just don't like that, because it took me so long to get to a point where I am with myself, where I'm comfortable with myself and who I am, and I'm happy with myself and I'm happy with my life. And as soon as I start realizing or having negative thoughts towards myself, I immediately I can't do it, because it took a very long time to be comfortable with who I am and be where I am right now within myself and be happy with myself. So I couldn't continue after all of these things started happening, and thinking negatively towards working out and towards food and towards myself specifically. So that is why I am not doing the challenge. I am so sorry if you were specifically following me for that challenge, but I do plan on continuing to produce content for you guys every week. I think continuing on, I might try other challenges per se, but it won't be as big as 75 hard. I was thinking of doing like a waking up at 5 a.m. every day for a week kind of video, or like a nightly routine kind of video, like just more lifestyle-esque, and like finding routines and things that work for me that I can implement into my daily life, but trying them out and like seeing how they work and relaying to you how they work, as well as my book content. I love posting book content. I love reading, so I will continue the book content, but I'm also thinking about continuing the more lifestyle content and health and wellness kind of content as well. I don't know how it will work on one channel, having one channel for all of those, because I know that they're all very different niches. If you think I should make a new channel for the fitness and wellness stuff and keep this channel just books, please let me know. I don't know if that would be easier or more difficult for everyone who is subscribed to me and who does watch my videos. So if you think that that would be easier for you, if you're only here for books or if you're only here for the fitness and wellness aspect, please let me know. But if you think that it would all work on one kind of channel and you think it might be easier for you to navigate because you're here for, even if you're here for both of them individually or you're here for both of the niches and you think that a singular channel would work better, just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys about how I was feeling about 75 hard and how it affected me and why I'm not continuing. I didn't want to leave you guys in the dark just like waiting for another 75 hard video. But yeah, if you liked my videos thus far and you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!